Let's do a little review video for Bodies, 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 or Bodies times 3 as we like to call it around here. Let's get into it.
What's your favorite scary movie? Amen.
We'll tear your soul apart.
Well, I'm Pennywise the Dancing now.
Oh, Lord on the beast!
God, don't do that.
But sometimes, death is better.
Hey everybody, what's up? KillJoy Jake here, and instead of having friends, I have horror movies. Today we're talking about Bodies, 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 doing a little review video for it. Now before I get into that, of course, if you guys can like this video and subscribe, I'd appreciate that, especially if you're new here. Alright, so we gotta talk non-spoilers real quick, but then we're gonna get into the spoilers section. No worries, but I just want to give you kind of my overall thoughts about it in case you haven't seen the movie yet. Bodies, Bodies, Bodies absolutely rips. I was not expecting this movie to be good at all. Gotta be completely honest. I went into this with pretty medium expectations. I thought it might be fun, whatever. There's some production issues as well as a bunch of rewrites with this movie, and I had kind of gotten a glimpse at like a very early draft of the script. I never finished it because I didn't want to know anything about the ending or how like an original ending would look, so I was pretty on the fence. I had some pretty medium expectations. I was kind of just expecting this to be a fun little murder mystery thing. Let me tell you, this film is so much more than that. I don't know what happened when they rewrote this movie, but some absolute magic happened because I am so impressed by this film. And I know there's probably plenty of people right now who are typing at their keyboards right now saying, Jake, oh, that was the most woke BS crap I've ever seen in my life. You totally, I don't know what you saw in that film. I'll tell you what I saw in that film. An amazing satire on films and TV shows that appeal to Gen Z. Oh yes, my friends, it's a satire, totally unexpected. I was not expecting that aspect of it. I just thought they were gonna, hey, you know what, they're just advertising this as this generation Scream to get people in seats to come see it in the theaters. I can't really say any more without revealing the twist because that's the big thing that I loved about this movie, and I know some people are going to hate it, but that's totally fine. I loved it. I really appreciate this movie, possibly my #1 of the year. Another thing I really want to praise about this movie is once you get to about like 15 to 20 minutes into it, it is nonstop paranoia all the way up until like the last scene. And the last 10 seconds of this movie, my jaw hit the ground. I really didn't think that they were gonna go the route they did, and without spoiling anything, I loved it. I absolutely loved how insane and crazy and dumb this movie is. I had a few gripes with the dialogue, but like, who cares? This movie was super original and fun. I loved it. I also want to praise the entire cast real quick. I genuinely think every single character brought something to the table that I really was not expecting from this movie. It's a small cast and a small story. Those are typically my favorite kinds of horror movies, and this is one of the best ones, I think. All right, I'm gonna get into spoilers now because I don't know what else I can say without spoiling things. So please, I beg you not to watch the rest of this video if you haven't seen this movie. And like that goes against everything that a content creator should say. Like right now I should be saying like, oh, you know, whatever, like we're getting into spoilers, but like watch this. No, please don't watch the rest of this video if you haven't seen Bodies, Bodies, Bodies yet. This is a great twist. Like I love it. If you love it or hate it, you have to admit it's something different, and that is something to really be appreciative of. Go watch this movie before you watch the rest of this video. Seriously, even if you're someone who like comments on my videos and says, spoil me, whatever, please don't watch the rest of this. I beg you, as one fellow human being to another, go watch this movie before you watch the rest of this video. The fact that there is no killer in this movie, genius. I could not love that any more than how they did it in this movie. And it's a total satire on how stupid Gen Z people are. I'm one of them too, and I'm loving it. Like, yeah, some of us are really stupid, and this really plays into all of that and is a total satire on movies and TV shows that are trying to appeal to the Generation Z. I don't know why that was so hard for me to say, but yeah. I feel like if you missed that too, like if you're not seeing that like all of the stupidity of the characters in this movie was like absolutely done on purpose, which it was, then you probably walked out of this movie thinking it was trash, and that's totally understandable. I would highly recommend watching this movie again with all that in mind though. There are so many things set up in those first 20 minutes that keep you looking for killers. Like everybody is a red herring, and like it's so well written. I can't believe how well written this movie was. Everybody has a reason to kill everyone else in the room, and that is just what I think is genius about it. And really the whole movie is kind of just our characters playing bodies, but like for real. I can see some people complaining about not too many on-screen deaths, but I think the overall paranoia and dread you have watching like that one conversation towards the end where it's just so tense. I literally had my legs up on the seat like this. I'm literally like, no, throwing popcorn in my face like this. Come on, baby, who's it gonna be? Which one of y'all's is the killer? I had all my money on Sophie. I'm like, it is absolutely Sophie. They're gonna go the girlfriend route just like in Scream. That's how they advertised this movie. Oh no. And now, can I just say that was genius in the marketing? I can't remember who said that, if it was the director or one of the writers or something, but someone said that this is this generation's Scream. That couldn't have been a better way to advertise this flick, because you are looking for one of the killers the entire time. And I'm thinking of that to myself the whole time. I'm like, oh, it's probably only one killer, because that would be different. You know, they can't just do the two killers thing. It's too small of a cast to do two killers, but it's too small of a cast to even do one, apparently. And I probably wouldn't be geeking out about this ending all that much if it wasn't for the paranoia and how tense this movie gets, especially as it goes along. Like I said, 20-25 minutes into this movie, or 15-20 minutes, I guess is more fair, it's truly paranoia until the end of the film. And if it wasn't for that, I feel like the ending wouldn't have hit as hard for me personally, but that's why I love the ending so much. Like if this would have been kind of like a whatever, like with the horror element to it, and then that ending, it would be kind of disappointing. The relationships between characters just crumbling before them. That's why that ending is so much more powerful than what it really is. Is it totally stupid? Yes. Is that also the point? Absolutely yes. And I love how like literally all of this was caused out of Pete Davidson's character's jealousy towards Greg. It's not at all the killer motive I was expecting, but I'm kind of glad I got it. Like, it's not even really a killer motive. I don't know. This is a movie that I feel like is going to be very misinterpreted. Like, a lot of people are going to walk out of the theater seeing this and think it was just more woke garbage, which I'm sure 100%, I would bet all the money in my bank account that I get a comment on this video, someone saying that. But honestly, if you're someone who's complaining about that, which honestly is not me, I think if you're someone who says woke still, you're probably like 40 plus, then this is the movie for you. This is a movie making fun of all of that. Like, you should love this movie. This is the anti-Gen Z movie. A24 has done it again. They are constantly breaking ground with their horror films, and I don't even know, man. Every time I see that A24 logo before any movie, I am excited. I'm like, I know I'm in for something good. A24 is responsible for some of my favorite films of the entire year. Like, Everything Everywhere All at Once is still probably my absolute favorite film of the entire year. That is an instant hit for me. That was like, that's gonna be a classic. We're gonna be talking about that film in 10 plus years. And I gotta say, the way that they go about doing this, like, I feel like we all kind of have speculated at one point, especially with the Scream movies. Maybe we've been like, oh, wouldn't it be cool if there was no killer or something like that? Well, okay, maybe we've speculated about that before. Maybe because of that, we find it not super original. And I'm sure someone's going to comment an example down below. But how they play it in to all of the paranoia and the satire of everything going on in this film, that's why I appreciate it so much. It's so wonderfully different. Because just like I said earlier, if it wasn't for how well they played up the paranoia and how like everyone's killing each other by accident this entire movie, that ending wouldn't have worked. It only works because of the paranoia and everyone kind of killing each other because they're all freaked out and coked up. Like I said in the non-spoiler section, I think some of the dialogue was pretty meh, whatever, but I think the big focus we have to take away from this film is just the relationships between all of these characters crumbling as this movie continues on. If you're looking for a slasher with bloody, crazy, gory, intense kills, this is not the movie for you, unfortunately. This is much more of like a mob mentality, paranoia kind of movie, which I just think is perfect. It's a great thriller film that I think is just so much fun and so crazy throughout. I had a blast with it. One more thing I want to say is I don't know if Bodies is my favorite horror film of the year, but like, maybe? I have a feeling that this is one of those movies where the first time you watch it, it's like really exciting and it's like really just so different. You're like, I've never seen this before, this is nuts, but might not do all that well on a rewatch. So I'm gonna see it again, and I'm probably gonna do another video about it because this one really needs to be talked about more than just once. So I won't be giving like a something out of 10 rating right now, but I do want to talk about this again sometime in the future. I won't be able to see it again this weekend though, because I will be at Monster Mania this Friday. Make sure to come see me if you're gonna be there Friday night. But what did you guys think about Bodies? Leave me something about it in the comments below. Thank you guys so much for watching this new review video on Bodies x3. I'm really gonna miss making that joke, let me tell you. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe if you're new here. I would greatly appreciate that. Thank you for 12K again. Don't forget to subscribe to my second channel, Movie Smoothie, where right now I'm covering updates on season 6 of Rick and Morty. I still gotta talk about that trailer, it's coming. And also subscribe to the Lethal Collective, where I stream with the Night Watch Zone, Craving Something Scary, and Fate Decided every Monday and Friday. Thank you all for watching again, and as always, don't forget to kill it out there, y'all.